What up, guys? This is Casey is Raw, and this is Wednesday night Nitro episode X7. My co-host, we got Joe Compton,
What up?
and
What up?
and we got AJ Raiders. What's up,
What's
bro?
going on? What's going on, everybody?
We got a quite interesting talk. I wish you were here Monday. We talked about Endeavor a little bit, but
I got more to it.
but I hate to be the bad guy, guys, and this. And I'm not talking to the crew. It's people. Like, we're gonna have to tighten up the reins a little bit. We are talking behind the scenes, and one thing is, uh, see, we got Randy Viper just said this about Mikkel. Mikkel is an inward. So,
We're trying to be serious for once.
yeah,
Go ahead, Casey.
yeah, no, that's what I was bringing up as a point. We got to be a little bit more careful what we say. There was a very offensive comment that come up Saturday that I'm not gonna say who it was or who it was to, but it was fucked up, and that's why we got people in the chat as wrenches. So we need people to do the wrench duties. I hate to be the bad guy, but I need, if you're gonna be here and be a wrench, like I can understand like the whole thing, like Mikela's inward. Yeah, we know like Randy Viper's kidding, like that. But if it's something super offensive that goes over the line, wrenches, get rid of the person. We don't want any bullshit drama here. We're here to have a fun time, and we don't want any drama bullshit here. So that was one of the biggest things we need to talk about. Two, I got a match on Tinder apparently, but that's side point.
We're trying to be serious for a minute, motherfucker. Goddamn.
Casey doesn't know how to be serious.
But two, as the show, who's going to come on is obviously going to be the main four co-hosts. It'll be me, AJ, Joe, and Tex. And then we'll have a special guest every once in a while. I don't mind having Mikkel on the show. Just I think sometimes we need Mikkel come on later, unless the guys are okay to have him on. I don't care either way. But
maybe not every time like he has been. I would
yeah.
say he needs to slow his roll.
But
or mute himself at least.
Exactly. But we love Mikkel. Like, we take shots at him, but I mean, we take shots at everyone. But yeah, so it's gonna be the four main co-hosts on here. And like I said, a guest every once in a while. Because we don't want someone to talk over someone. Like when you're trying to make a point or a conversation, and then someone's there trying to get right in the middle of it. So, and but unless, let's say I'm by myself, I'm going solo, or it's me and one other person, then I'll open the floodgates a little bit. But with WrestleMania, I think I opened the floodgates a little too much because I wanted to have a party because it was WrestleMania weekend. That was the reason I did that. And plus, I didn't think a lot of the guys were going to show up. But That's one of the major things. So if you're a wrench, please keep an eye out. If it's something minor, a little offensive, but it's like someone's being a little rude, but it's not over the line, just warn them with a timeout. But if it's something outrageous, bullshit drama, get rid of them. We don't want that bullshit here. So, and like, if you, Randy, there's nothing to apologize about that. So, that's pretty much it. You guys got anything you'd like to bring up?
No,
What
go
about-
ahead, Joe.
What about the head moderator that we talked about in our group chat?
Yeah, if Tex is the head macho of moderators. If
He may not always be in the chat. He made that known to the three of us earlier.
Yeah. And that's
If he is not in the chat, mods, DM him. If there is a big problem that needs handled ASAP, and Tex will hop in here and handle the situation.
Speaking of Tex himself, he's right there in the chat. How you doing, brother?
So, yeah, unless you guys got anything else, we got the asshole part out. And
no, it's just laying down the law. It's not being an asshole.
Well, it's just exactly. I mean, I hate to be. Well, I just feel like an a-hole to do it. You know.
No, it's called taking control of your channel and doing what you're supposed to do. Now let the inmates run the asylum.
Yeah. Tex says he just got the notification. He hates his phone.
Oh, dude, I get that same thing. Like literally, like Monday when Casey and Joe did the Monday Night Impact, I didn't get an alert until like fucking 5 minutes after you guys went live.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of times it's YouTube. Like I guarantee you, if you're like bigger, then they're like, "Oh yeah, this person's going live. Go watch them." But it's like us. They're like they drag their feeds like 5 to minutes later, or maybe even the show's over. It's like, "Oh, he was live." But
fucking algorithm.
But
we got the house.
Let's go ahead. Do you guys want to talk about the?
Well, let's address the chat. Let's well, hold on. Let's say hello to everybody in the chat.
Good point. I've been slacking on that. So we got Mikkel, and we got Randy Viper.
What's going on, Randy?
And we got Big T.
What's going on, Big T?
We got the Casey Frog.
What's going on, Casey Frog? Our favorite little troll.
And we got Tex.
What's going on, Tex?
Oh my God! I love how Tex.
Oh yeah, we gotta speak about that. That's the subject tonight too. Well, that goes in that one.
I have a special picture that my best friend took a picture of. Made a picture. Why am I'm not meaning to do that. Give me a second. I'm gonna get off camera. You guys gotta.
Is it the one I'm thinking of? It's a Street Fighter dude.
No, he made this picture. It's well, I don't want to give much of a heads up because I want you guys your reaction. You guys will get a kick out of this.
Have you seen the Street Fighter version though?
No.
Oh, I'll send you it.
Big T, yes, as of right now, we will be keeping the streaming schedule. If anything comes up, one of the three of us will put it out on Twitter. So follow all three of us.
But we were talking, Monday was just a special thing. Monday is not going to be a weekly thing. That's just a little too much that we all can handle at once. I mean, dude, it was so much that weekend. I mean, it was fun, but it was crazy. It looked like I didn't get the picture. I'm gonna have to find it. Go back to Facebook and download it again because I believe I saved it. You guys would get a kick out of this freaking thing.
Well, some beach.
It's funny as fuck. So, while I'm trying to get this, what are you guys up to today?
Hell, just got home from another day's work. More money, more money, more money.
Let's see if it'll finally come up. God dang it.
And dealing with the house cleaning in our group chat while I was at work. Then I even shared a song that I did background vocals for a buddy of mine like 10 plus years ago.
I've been doing so much videos that I really need to cut some of these down.
Casey, check your DMs.
All right.
The group chat.
Check my DMs. I'm on my phone. If I do, I'll leave the call.
All right, hold on. Guys, go ahead and bring up the subject you want to talk about because I'm trying to find this damn picture. I see it right here. I'm just gonna have to screenshot it and then edit.
All right, which topic should we talk about first there, Mr. AJ Raider?
Let's talk about the Vicki Guerrero situation since that's like the big hot ticket button that everybody on Twitter and Instagram and TikTok have been talking about all day. Did everybody freeze?
You kick this one off with what's going on? Oh, fuck.
So this is what I've heard, and I'm not taking anybody's side on this, but okay, so Eddie Guerrero's oldest daughter, Shaylin, I think that's her name, Shaylin Guerrero.
Yeah.
I guess back in 2020, before the pandemic happened, her and her family were on a cruise ship, and I guess one of the nights that they were on the cruise ship, she was sexually molested by her father, her stepfather. This is Eddie Guerrero's oldest daughter. Remember this. So this is pretty fucked up. It's Vicky's new husband, Chris, that was involved with this. That sexually assaulted Shayla, or is it Shaylin? Yeah, Shaylin Guerrero. My apologies. Yeah, and then she comes out with a 9-minute video. Everybody can see it. I sent it to everybody in the group chat. Literally, if you watched it, it's fucked up. She's 23 years old. She's a pretty girl. I understand that, but you should never take advantage of someone's daughter. And then on top of it, Vicky's like, "Oh yeah, well fuck you. You know, I'm disowning you. I'm taking you to court and fuck the fans and shit." It's like you are a fucking bitch right there. That proves that you're fucking guilty. That statement right there.
It's so tiny. I don't know if people could
You
read
can zoom it in, can't you?
No.
Well, it's pretty much like if you go on her Twitter, it's all over, literally. All you have to type in is Vicki Guerrero's daughter, and that fucking thing is up there. I mean, hell, if you want to put that in the chat, Casey, you can. You can copy and paste it to the chat where that link is for the chat to read it.
Can you do that?
Can I do it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I have to leave the call and do it. But I can read it. I can read it to everybody if they need to read it.
Okay.
It says there's two sides to a story. Oh. Over 15 years, my relationship with, what was that girl's name again? I'm sorry. Sherilyn has been hostile, and I've tried to deal with a narcissistic person, not only myself, but close friends of Shay. What was her name again? Sherilyn. Okay. Of 10 friends of Sherilyn of 10 years, and her family has cut ties with her because of her manic behavior. I tried to do therapy with Sherilyn, but she always says no. But I'm sick. Vicky, you need to learn how to spell. That I'm sick of her. I'm sick. Not her. Sherilyn, please tell your side of your character of being drunk on the cruise ship, having guys in your room, then crying because you think you were raped, then demanding us go to the pharmacy in the Bahamas for Plan B. You wanted to play dirty and sling Chris and I through the mud. I can play too. Are you enjoying the cars that Chris bought you since you wrecked yours? I am so done with you, and I'm tired of all the years of your manipulation, lying, and disrespect. I keep I keep quiet for years because you never seek therapy and to learn how to be an adult or have an adult conversation with me. It has always been your way or nothing at all. Okay, Sherilyn, not only will I see you in court, but you and I are no longer related. To the fans who feel entitled to comment, fuck you. And this is all capital letters, fuck you. You
Yeah.
heard one side of the story and you feel entitled to comment on something you know nothing about. Okay, but we literally seen a 9-minute video of Sherilyn saying everything that happened, and then Vicky comes out with this statement. Literally, not even like 4 hours ago, this was posted.
Yeah. I was.
Sherilyn was on the video. If you go watch the video,
Yeah,
you will see a distraught, broken-hearted Sherilyn.
yeah.
It's not like she's out giggling, acting like she's making this bullshit up. There's no look of deceit, no look of anything in her eyes like she's trying to pull a fast one over on Vicky. You can tell by her eyes and the way she's talking that there's nothing but truth, pain, and sorrow behind those words that she was saying.
Oh, I agree.
Well, the only thing I could really say, I don't know what to make it out because I like to bring up a thing that reminds me of this. Is a story that was, I don't know if you guys ever heard of this gamer. He was called Pro Jared.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him.
Well, this guy had over 1 million subs, and he was going through a divorce, and he put out a little message saying that he's having a divorce. Please be respectful to her and us while we're going through this. And he blocked her, but and then she dropped her whole story, made the whole world turn on him. And then when we found out information after he finally came out from the silence, that she was more guilty than he was because there was a lot more. She definitely omitted a bunch of stuff that she wasn't gonna say. That he looked guilty because he wasn't saying anything, and probably his lawyer said, "Hey, don't say anything," but it made him look bad. But like, yeah, I think the woman was. The video was obviously she was extremely upset, but like, I unless there's, I don't know who to believe. I mean,
On this subject matter you're talking about, Casey?
yeah,
Oh,
about
same
this.
here. I'm not taking sides either. The only thing I have to really say is that if she did get sexually assaulted by her stepfather Chris, and Vicky's step is sticking up for him and saying "fuck you" to her, like you don't fucking matter to me anymore, then you know what, Vicky, fuck you, because that's fucked up. You should never take a fucking unless it's your fucking husband's side, which Eddie's dead. Eddie's gone.
Well, this
So
dude is
listen, hear
her
me out.
husband too.
You should no. He's a beta. He's a beta male. He's stepdaddy. He's taking care of the fucking trash. That's all he's doing. Fucking no. Listen, like you should always take your child's side over anybody else's fucking. It doesn't matter. Your kid is your kid. That is your only flesh and blood with Eddie left, literally. And you're
Well,
gonna
you know
do
what?
this?
Oh, sorry.
No. It's just in general. Like if he did do that, and now they're going to court, and she said that she's disowned her. If this is true, because she's already getting wrecked on fucking social media about this. Vicky's
Oh,
fucking. Everybody's just fucking having a fields day with her.
Mm-hmm.
I was shocked. I was saying when I was listening to Francine's podcast, and I was reading this. Joe was on the call. I was like, wow. Like
Hey,
I
hey,
was
Big T, no, this is not Shaw. This is Shaw's
no, not,
sister. This is Shaw's sister, Sherilyn.
Yeah, the oldest. This is the oldest child of Eddie Guerrero's.
I like to bring something up though too. This must have been someone else than Vicki Guerrero's daughter because how white this woman is. She is super white. Like she's like my white.
Casey, you do know that there is white Mexicans too, right?
Yeah, but look, hold on, look at
Look
Eddie
how
Guerrero.
dark. He's not that dark. Eddie was not that dark. We
Well,
haven't
she
seen Eddie
doesn't
in
have
almost 20 years.
her hair color or anything at all. I mean, if you look at this woman, you would not tell if you told me she had any Latino in her, I would say that I would say I think you're lying because I think this. Are you sure this is Vicky Guerrero's daughter, not her
Yeah,
step?
this is Eddie Guerrero and Vicki Guerrero's oldest daughter.
So if you had told me without knowing this information, wouldn't even think that at all.
Oh yeah, no, this is real hard evidence right here. This is literally, and I'm a big Eddie Guerrero fan,
Oh, I
and
love Eddie
like,
too.
and if this is really fucking true, and it's fucked up because Eddie's gone and he can't protect his daughter, and she's just throwing her to the wolves like, who fucking cares? Fuck you, I'm done. My relationship's more important than your fucking ass. That's fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
And if
See,
it comes out that fucking she was lying about the fucking rape, falsely, if it was falsely rape accusations, then you know what? She deserves what she gets too.
oh, old school gamer five for a second. We were talking about Eddie. No, we're not talking about Eddie.
No. We're talking about Vicky's
New husband.
new husband, Chris, that is accused of sexually assaulting Eddie Guerrero's oldest daughter, Sherilyn.
Do you think we're gonna be in court for this? Are they gonna?
No, dude, everybody and their fucking mama is talking about this on fucking YouTube. If you're a wrestling mark and you're on fucking YouTube and you're making a wrestling videos, you've made this. I've seen it. Like we've seen the fucking Queen of Extreme.
Yeah,
Francine, she did it. Fucking Millennial Smart has made this video. There's been plenty of wrestling with regrets. Fucking, I think he made a video, and then the Schleg Daddy, I believe he made a video about this too. A lot of people have been talking about this. This just came out this weekend.
I had no idea, not one bit about this. Big T says it's everywhere. I hadn't seen anything. I was kind of shocked when AJ told me about this. And Nani is like, very serious discussion tonight. Yeah,
We're kicking
it is, but it's just something. It's kind of wrestling related though too. So but I mean, gosh.
I mean, like I said, if this is true, I feel so bad for because nobody should be raped by anybody.
Oh, definitely. Like, but I I can't pass any judgment if there's any real proof one way or another because I mean I've seen too many stories that look like this person is 100% guilty and
Right.
then turns around and is like, oh, well, we didn't hear about this part of the story.
I mean, here, look at this. Look back to the Enzo deal, too. Enzo got suspended, then fired because a chick cried rape on him. Then it turns out
He
she
just
was
got
lying.
fired. He didn't get suspended. He got fired immediately.
And
Hey,
it turns out
Tech
she
said
was
he's gonna
lying the
call
whole
in.
time.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye out.
Yeah, it's fucked up, but like, this is just it's fucked up if it's true.
Oh, I agree. I mean, like,
I mean, could you imagine if Eddie was alive and say
oh,
they
he
got
was
divorced, right? Oh, he would.
If
He would.
Eddie was alive, we would be seeing Eddie's mugshot right now
Oh,
because I'm sure
dude.
he'd go after this Chris guy with guns ablazing.
Dude, I guarantee you this right now. I'll tell you this: if Eddie was alive, Chris Benoit would still be alive too. And I bet you. No, it's not a joke. I bet you those two motherfuckers would probably go and fuck this dude up. Because you've seen how big they both were.
We got Tex on the call, and you know he was going to want to bring his opinion about this. Welcome, Tex.
What's up, Tex?
So yeah, sorry I'm on lunch. I don't
Tex.
have long, but I think y'all are kind of one-sided on this because this is Eddie Guerrero related.
I'm more
go
in
back.
the middle. I have no decision
Well,
right now.
Yeah, me either. I'm in the middle.
I mean, some of the things that not so much you, Casey, but mainly Compton and AJ have said are kind of one-sided on this deal. Go back and read what she actually says. They've been dealing this. Okay, this girl has mental. I mean, she has narcissistic tendencies. Do y'all know anything about that?
Yeah, I know what that is, but that's Vicky's side. There's two sides of the story.
Well, I highly let's not forget this is her mother. She's gonna know if her daughter. I guarantee you, this has been medically declared and treated. This girl obviously has mental issues. I mean, well, let's not forget the whole Me Too movement. Do y'all remember that a couple years
I
ago?
remember that.
Mm-hmm.
How many women falsely claim things that never happened, and the men never got their lives were ruined because of false accusations of this kind of thing.
Yeah, just like I brought up. Enzo.
What's that?
Just like I brought up about Enzo Amore.
Well, I didn't hear that. I haven't heard everything y'all said, but
Enzo Amore, you remember his deal where the girl cried rape, but
right. Well, I mean, like I said, I mean, there's a reason why I commented. Y'all are playing right into the believe all women agenda, because just because a woman comes out and claims, oh, X, Y, and Z happened, that doesn't mean it necessarily happened. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yes, if this is true, then that dude needs to be nailed to a wall and have his toenails pulled out slowly. But
Old School Gamers got a good point in the chat text for you. Maybe because if she did get molested, maybe that's fucked with her head. I mean, think about that.
Oh, I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm not. Right. I'm being as impartial as I can be here, but
same here.
I'm just saying that. Is it possible? Yes, and that's a very unfortunate thing that stuff like this happens in life. It's just because something like this is worse than killing somebody. This is horrible because somebody has to live with it. And if it's true, then yeah, this dude needs to be drug out to the desert and forgotten about, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Pull a Ric Flair, right?
Huh?
Pull a Ric Flair, they take him out to the fucking middle of the desert.
Yeah, you know, dude, it's one of those situations where you walk into a dark alley and do what feels right and then pretend like it never happened. It's one of those situations.
Right.
But that being said, we can't just go from a crying girl that, oh, blah, blah, blah happened. with no evidence, no proof. You can't throw that accusation around without it. If the story is true that in that statement there that she was in a cruise ship with a room full of guys for an entire night, and then said she was raped and needed Plan B, really? I mean, if that's true, you have to question the morality and the character of the woman that's doing that.
No, that's totally understandable, but that's if Vicky's telling the truth. You gotta remember, she was pissed off when she wrote that. Because even Francine couldn't believe it. If you listen to what she was saying.
Well, I'll put it to you this way. I have members of my family that have been disowned or written off. And that doesn't come lightly, but sometimes it's necessary. Sometimes people are so just toxic and horrible. Even if they're your blood kin, you have to distance yourself and say, I'm pretending like you don't exist. Is it good? No. Nobody wants to do that, especially to blood. But you know what? Sometimes you got to do it.
That's what I had to do with my in-laws. I mean, after my wife passed.
I mean, I'm not defending Vicki Guerrero or her husband, or I don't know these people. I don't care.
Right.
But this is not a wrestling thing. Just because this is Eddie Guerrero adjacent, you got to put that to the side. You got to look at this thing as if it's John Smith and his family. You know what I mean?
Now, let me ask you, X, if I may.
Yeah, please.
If, heaven forbid, if this was your daughter, would you be able to distance yourself from her if you was in Vicky's situation?
Well, as I just said, I would never want to distance myself from my children. I love my children. But if the situation was so bad that for their benefit and mine, if that was the decision that had to be made, then I would make that call. It would kill me inside. But you know what? Sometimes people just don't get along. Even when you're related. Whether you're father, daughter, father, son, mother, whatever, it doesn't matter. The relation is a moot point here. Sometimes family just can't be around. I have certain members within my very close family that I can't spend more than 10 minutes with before I want to just put my head through a wall because they just rub me the wrong way. Do I love them? Yes. But I cannot be around them.
It looks like Shaw Guerrero, Big T just said, Shaw Guerrero just posted something about it. Big T, DM that to Casey so we could get it brought up.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, what y'all are talking about here is this is some derailed Sunday show level topic stuff. This isn't this was on the dirt sheet report. You know what I mean? This is way bigger than that. This ain't some stupid wrestling stuff.
Right.
You know,
we got a whole more topics, but we just wanted to finish up.
I'm just saying, I'm glad I took lunch when I did because this topic interested me and how y'all were handling it. But I'm just saying, you know, don't rush to judgment on this because a lot of dudes fell in hot water because believe all women when they make an accusation. A lot of them did. And if this girl truly has these mental deficiencies like is being accused, then you can't take her at her word. And that's unfortunate.
I can I want to rebuttal that question though too. Okay. So, but after Vicki fucking lost Eddie, her life turned upside down. Okay, she thought nobody would fucking ever love her again until she found Chris. So maybe she's holding on to him and thinking if this is fucking true that Chris did that, he'll leave and then she'll find she won't have anybody that will love her. That could be that too, though.
The point I would make back to that is he died how long ago?
Almost 20 years ago.
Okay, almost 20 years ago. Her mindset now is not like it was back then, and if it was true, she wouldn't have a problem finding somebody else.
Casey, can you play a video while we're on here with StreamYards?
I wouldn't take a chance.
He can barely show a picture. much less play a video.
I guess so.
Just saying.
On
Like,
the phone,
you're,
the phone is different.
I'm surprised he hasn't blipped out 3 times already. Just saying.
Well, because I'm on the phone, not on the laptop.
Okay, well there you go. I mean, he hasn't turned into R2D2 yet. So
and Big T in the chat, and Big T said in the chat that Vicki Guerrero took that comment and statement down. So obviously, she was pissed
of
when
course.
she said
If you
that.
would you want all of your family drama up for the world to dissect and talk about like we're doing right now? No,
absolutely not.
Oh, definitely.
And I'd be willing to bet she's probably contacted legal that told her to pull that down.
Oh yeah, because they're going to court over this.
That's what I'm saying. So this is, I mean, yeah, you monitor something like this, but you don't take a side unless you've got ironclad proof of person A did what. You don't take a side because
I'm not
taking
like no one's side. I'm just saying
I'm not saying you
up.
are. You know, it's just it's unfortunate. You know, okay, it's like the whole. We live in a society where people like to make false lawsuits and allegations for the publicity of it, for the attention. And if this daughter truly has these narcissistic mental deficiencies where she does things that negatively affect her, and literally everything has to be about her, then, you know, this is something that a narcissistic type woman can do. I've seen something like this in real life before. And, you know, like I said, I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm not saying it did. But you don't want to jump into defending somebody that ends up being the culprit.
And here's also another good point I've got to make. If this happened a couple years ago, why wait those couple years and come out with it now?
Well, there's a difference.
That question was brought up whenever all the Cosby alleged victims. You know, when the first one spoke up, then 25 more spoke up, even though these things happened 30 years ago. You know?
But some women, they wait until they're ready to say rape, or sexual assault.
Okay, here's the thing though. If you start playing a waiting game of, okay, well this happened, but I'm gonna wait to hold this information until it's most profitable, you have to question that person's morality as well.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Now,
well, you're to blackmail someone.
If let's say Jeannie is raped and she waits 15 years to come out and say something, it probably didn't bother you that bad, because if it actually did, you go to the law right then. You'd say, oh, well, John Smith did X, Y, and Z to me. You know, whatever.
Well, the problem is, by the time, even if you wait, God, like a month, a lot of the evidence is gone. That's why when it happens, you have to go there.
Well, this is what I'm saying. If you know, this is sticky situation kind of stuff. This is, like I said, I'm not saying this didn't happen, and if this truly did happen to this daughter, then God be with her, please. But she obviously seems like she has issues. But you can't rush to defend until you know. I mean, we don't know these people. We're just, and this is why I say, just because this is Eddie Guerrero's daughter, you can't rush to defend because of how you feel about Eddie Guerrero. And you, like it or not, that will have an effect on how a lot of people look at this.
Well, I do want to speak on that too, though. Chavo has came out on Twitter and actually has defended what was that girl's name again?
Charlene.
Charlene.
Shaylin or whatever.
Yeah, he's defended her too. Like he's literally on there saying that Vicky's lying.
He may know everything and he may know nothing. But once again,
this is his cousin. This is his cousin. So I mean,
okay. Well, I mean, do you know everything about your cousin?
Yeah, actually, I do. I talk to him on a regular basis.
I'd be willing to bet you don't. I mean, it's unfortunately the only two people who really know everything about this are the daughter and new husband.
Mm-hmm.
That's
exactly.
And Chavo, Rey Mysterio, Chris Jericho, Chris Benoit could come out and say, "Oh, well, that's bullshit."
Well,
which actually would be hilarious if he did. But
Chris Benoit did have the best. He's the best witness because he's everywhere, wouldn't it? If he was to go,
he's in hell looking up, seeing everything. You know what I mean? But it's like I said, there's only two people that actually know if this happened or not. That's the new husband and the daughter.
And you don't. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you're fine. It's just that if this is two-pronged for me. You have family drama, which there is nothing worse than a family in turmoil. That is never a good situation. Everybody knows this. We've all either have or had family drama in our lives. It is what it is. But the second point is when you're dealing with somebody who has possible health, mental deficiencies, or a condition that is negatively affecting them, you may not be able to take them at their word.
Well, we can only
speculate.
All of this is speculation, 100%. Yeah, every bit of it.
I mean, this is 2 years ago, so whatever proof there was is gone now. It's just hearsay now.
Right.
So, honestly, if let's say if your spouse your children says your spouse did this, but then your spouse says, no, I didn't do that, but your kid has situations, let's say maybe the kid's bipolar or something.
Right.
And it's hard to believe who to believe, your new husband, your spouse, or your kid, and you're kind of stuck in a you're stuck between.
Well, in that situation, all you can do is wait for the evidence to come out either way, however it falls, and then you deal with it accordingly then. Is it going to be clean and pretty? No, but that's all you can do.
Hey, Casey, Big T said in the chat that did he send you the link, or maybe it's on Twitter? I don't know about Shaw Instagram post.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to put it up so I can read it?
It's a video. I can read it.
Oh, it's a video?
Yeah, it's a video.
Well, that's fine. You can play the audio.
No, it's not even audio. It's just it's like a statement.
Oh, a statement?
And it just flashes right through.
Huh.
Yeah, it's on Instagram.
Oh, see, I'm not even on Instagram, so I wouldn't know any of this.
No, I barely do anything on Instagram. If you want to get my attention, I'm on Twitter. That's the best way.
If you want to get my attention, send me boob pictures.
Beer and boob pictures for text. He'll have his undivided attention.
I try to send dick pics to text to get his attention. Apparently, that's not a good thing to do.
Casey tried to send me a dick pic once, and I had to block him, so that's why he can't send me stuff. But to be fair, I did look at it, and I didn't see anything there. So it was.
Mr. Pico, I was just playing with you. It's okay. You don't have to get upset about that. It's okay.
Oh, come on. Mr. P.
All I know is one time, Joe Compton, he kind of looked at my junk kind of funny, like he was interested.
Wait,
So
what?
I'm gonna have to accuse Joe Compton of sexual harassment. So,
I didn't see anything there, just like you said about.
He looked at my balls and he was like licking his lips, like, "Oh man, oh yeah," he was like doing that whole thing. He was like riding back and forth. I didn't know he was a flaming homosexual till that moment.
Well, just like when Casey wanted to peg Mikkel.
Oh, Casey just came right out and wanted to butt fuck him. I mean, he wasn't even shy about it.
I don't even know. I'm trying to remember why I brought that up. I know it's something about
Because you're
butt.
hot for Mikkel.
I think it was a Freudian slip of you wanting to, do some shameful acts. But hey,
you dirty heathen.
I'm not here to judge your life. God will do that when you die, and all fags go to hell. That's how it works.
Well, if you guys are ready for this, I can read this.
Did you get that picture I sent? Oh no, but did you get that Vince one after we're done with this article?
Oh gosh,
it's on our DM. We can finish this though first, but yeah.
Vince McMahon's mustache is my favorite heel now.
Oh, talking about that. Oh, I do have a picture of that pencil mustache that Vince has.
Are we transitioning topics then, Casey?
No. We got to finish that because this is a good thing to talk about.
Yeah. Well, I just want to show this picture of that pencil.
No, mine's better. What I sent you was way better.
Oh, I don't know. I got a good one.
Really? Street Fighter?
Oh no. This is I got a good one in the
But no, let's get back on subject. So about Shaw's post?
Yeah. So let me read it. So what Shaw says that I'm deeply saddened at the state my family has been in for years. What my sister stated happened on the cruise was true.
Okay.
She did get sexually assaulted by she wrote my stepfather. She said SA is never okay, and she has every right to talk about it. She's saying, was it rape? No, but it was unwanted touching, which is absolutely unacceptable and traumatizing.
But
that is rape.
Not legally. I mean,
it's sexual assault.
That would be. I mean, if it was just touching, that would be sexual assault. Rape is more akin to penetration type.
Exactly.
But we don't know if he did or not. She just said that he did.
Well, this is what I'm saying. You're going to hear a lot of stories back and forth, and the smart players, you don't pick until you know for sure. You know what I
mean?
Right. Mr. Pico says that my reading is getting better.
All I got to say.
Did you get the third?
Casey's a big boy now.
Well, Casey's going to graduate to 4.5 grades next year. So now he still does take the short bus, but to make sure he gets there safely, he has to wear a helmet, life jacket, water wings, and he has to wear a 5-point seatbelt while he's on the bus, just to make sure he's
oh gosh, I was gonna want to bring something up, but that was just.
If all else fails, we're gonna wrap him in that bubble wrap stuff that you ship stuff in, so we can make sure he doesn't get any allergies.
He's gonna be the real life bubble boy.
Well, we don't have a bubble big enough for him, AJ. Come on, now.
See, that's the only
Kirby.
That first part that I read. That's just one statement and part of the statement. There's more. It says this incident tore NEW even deeper wedge into our family than what there was before. My mother and sister had a deeply tumultuous relationship for years. Same with my sister and I. After this incident on the cruise, we all went into various forms of therapy in the order to heal. My sister led the public to believe we abandoned her after the sexual assault, which is not true. The family went into various forms of therapy. Mom and Chris helped Sherilyn to get on her feet again by helping her financially. As they had done for Sherilyn since she was 22, which does this solve the wounds? Absolutely not. But she was not abandoned after this incident.
Well, that kind of matches up with the Vicky statement of her being they bought cars for her multiple when she wrecked hers or something.
But there was
Yeah.
also a point where Vicky said that Sherilyn would not go to counseling. Now Shaw was saying she did.
Well, like I said, there's going to be a lot of he said, she said.
Yeah.
And you know, that this is another one of those. There's your side, there's my side, then there's the truth.
Mm-hmm. Because everyone's gonna say the best parts of them. They're not gonna say, "Well, I did do this," though. Like
I mean, you know, of course you want to believe the victim, and when anytime something happens, I mean, anybody with compassion is going to want to support the victim. I mean, that's just natural. But we have too many instances of, like I said, believe all women and Me Too, where so many people have been proven to be liars.
Oh yeah, and the problem is that if someone's been falsely accused of something, they don't get, unless you can turn around and sue them for defamation.
Most times that doesn't happen.
Yeah, not only that, I feel like people who does something like that should face time themselves, because they
should have to face the same punishment that the person that they accused would have had to face. That's the way it should be.
Because they just ruined someone's career, and a lot of times
it ruins your entire life. You know, if you come out and say, you know, Joe Blow raped Susie, but Susie lied, she should have to face whatever sentence Joe's going to have to face.
Yeah.
Well, here's another question for you guys. What about Tony Khan? Because she's employed by AEW. I wonder what he's going to do with
that. Has little. Situation. The only effect that would have is maybe Vicky losing her job.
No, actually, I think she's not signed with them no more.
No, she's still on contract with Nyla Rose.
I think she's no longer with them.
She may be on some kind of deal for certain appearances, but not have a full-time contract.
But I don't think this is going to hurt her situation. They'll probably be like, "We're going to put you on the down low for right now until this blows over."
I mean, come on. Is Jeff Hardy still hired there?
Yeah, he's still there. But
okay, well, if he's not going to fire Jeff Hardy for drunk driving and almost killing somebody, she's good.
But that was in a different company, though. That was in WWE when he had that charge.
He also got pulled over for DUI during AEW as well.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know about this. I knew it was WWE.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, but he hadn't shown up since. So, I mean, at least they're holding him to the fire while they're like, oh, that's their fault, and they'll slap them on the wrist and they put them back on the show, you know? While at least AEW, they're like, all right, we're going to suspend you for a little while until you get this shit in check.
Well, supposedly they're going to court.
That's probably what will happen is you won't see her on TV until this is settled, and then whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I don't watch the show. I don't know how much she gets used anyways. I would guess probably not much. So.
Well, once they go to court, because TMZ's reporting on this now too. So, I mean,
wow. That's what I'm saying. You're probably of course that TMZ's nothing but whores themselves, anyways. They're garbage.
Yeah.
But sometimes their information is correct. Like they'll have something break.
TMZ is the equivalent. Okay, do y'all remember back in the day those like the National Enquirer magazines at the grocery store?
My grandma had them.
That's the same level of journalism that they do at TMZ. They're garbage.
I think they deserve a little bit more credit than that.
They're nothing but agenda-driven leftist nonsense. That's all TMZ is.
But they did break Betty White, so.
Until they said that, like, Elvis has sex with an alien on the spaceship, I think that's what the tabloids would do. They're like, Elvis had sex with an alien, and he's about to have their baby.
Hey, so. You don't know that it didn't happen. Can you prove it?
Right. Casey, I'm surprised you don't like TMZ after what they did to you and Betty White. They, reported it first when you killed her.
Well, I did, took them to court after I was proven innocent.
Oh, Casey paid TMZ hush money.
Here's a video game.
Well, apparently, if you pay hush money.
If Casey did get hush money, he'd have even more video games than he already has. I promise you.
Well, apparently, if you give hush money, you deserve like 34 counts of felony charges. So.
Oh, are you really talking about President Trump like that? Come on now.
Well, I mean, it's hush money, but it's stupid.
No, see, here's the thing. All of these people that want to. Oh well, I'm glad Trump's getting arrested. Well, I guess they don't want to talk about how Chuck Schumer, leftist, paid off a sex worker as well, and so did Bill Clinton. It's very. See, all of these people that are, I'm happy. I can't wait to see Trump in handcuffs. Why aren't they this excited about anybody getting arrested for being on the Epstein Island sex?
Because they hate Trump. That's the reason why.
Oh, I know. This is my point. Is there not one name has been released from the Epstein list that's been arrested, but Trump paid a porn star to go away, which all of these rich guys do, and it's a thing. It's nothing.
Vince got paid off a bunch of women, paid millions of dollars, and you don't see him.
In that world, that's just how it works. You really think these hot young women want to sleep with these rich dudes who are 80? No, they're doing it for money.
Hell no.
They're not getting paid for sex.
Casey.
They're getting paid to go away quietly. They know what they're there for.
Then once their pockets run dry, that's when they come out of the woodwork.
That's exactly it. Just like in that Me Too thing. Go back and look at these women celebrities that led this whole Me Too charge, like Rose McGowan and all these other chicks. They were famous about 20 years ago and they were big stars. But as soon as they got a little bit older and those roles dried up, then they start talking about this stuff. This is why I brought up what I did. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I feel it,
brother. There's actually more. There's a huge, long statement still from Shaw.
I gotta finish eating. I gotta finish eating anyway to get back on the road.
Thanks for coming.
I was just gonna hop on while I had a few. So.
All right.
Well, have a good one, Tex. Thanks for coming on.
I'll see y'all Friday I'll probably be busier. That's my busier night, but I'll be listening. So
All right.
Okay.
have fun.
Make sure everybody goes to follow that sucker at Slasher Vision.
Yeah, because I do so many cool things on Twitter. I don't be dick all on Twitter.
Well, you got your plug.
Oh,
Shut the fuck up and take it.
I don't. And see, that's what Compton says to all the women that he encounters. Shut the fuck up and take it. That's what Compton says.
No. Well, thanks for
Either way.
coming, Tex.
All right, we'll see y'all later.
Adios.
See ya. All right, so I'm gonna continue reading this. So she moves on to talk about the block communication. She says in response to my sister saying that I have left her alone and blocked communications. She also wrote, I don't owe anyone an explanation for steps that I taken for my own mental health, but I will defend myself when prompted. My relationship ended with my sister years later after the sexual assault. I had to block communication after she continued verbally and emotionally abuse me during arguments when I came down to Houston to help her in recovering for a surgery. During that trip, Sherilyn abuse was so intense that I had her leave her home, which was fine to leave her home alone for an hour, so I could try and gather myself. I tried to drive to a show in San Antonio, but was riddled with panic attacks. My husband flew me home. I pulled out of shows because of that abuse combined with my already unwell state led me to have some serious I don't know if I want to say this. She had some hurtful thoughts, let's say that. And
Casey, you
sure,
said rape on here already. Suicide is not a bad fucking thing. You already said rape.
yeah, well, Sherilyn till this day used the fact that I had to leave our argument as ammunition, as saying that I abandoned her. Let's see if there's anything else. Yes, there is. Family or not, I have to refuse people in my life who do not treat me with respect. I refuse to continue my role in my family where I play peacekeeper, especially when I am in states away and can't referee properly. Sherilyn, I will once again offer to do therapy with you so we can sort out our relationship. Mom has offered the same these past years, as we all know. We need professional. No, we need a professional to be in the room if we're going to talk to each other. You have to not step forward to want to mend the relationship or take us up on therapy despite us saying we will take care of details and finances. Mr. Pico. Sherilyn, what happened to you was not okay. What happened on that cruise tore an even deeper wedge in our family. But the reason why we don't talk is a deep well entangled hurt and complications that I can barely understand, let alone the fans that think they know our family. Let's see if there's any more.
Holy hell, she typed a novel.
Yeah, she sure did. I believe this is it.
Good job, Casey, for reading though.
Well, no, there's a little bit more.
Go ahead, read it. But I'm just saying, good job, man.
Thank you. So she says that I'm so sad that we are dealing with all of this hurt publicly now. I hope the family that is supporting you will hold your hand and give you the support you need. The family does not include me due to the verbal, emotional abuse you have subject me to over the years. My boundaries matter just as yours do. Until you agree to meet with a therapy to work this out, then we will continue heal separately. I hope you find healing. And that's it.
I do have one thing to say before we get back on topic to Mr. Pico. Bro, I saw what you said about me being a ladies' man and like the Nia Jax type. No, there is a weight limit for this face here, and she far exceeds it.
Oh, God.
There is a weight limit for this ride right here. Nia Jax far exceeds that weight limit, so I don't think so.
But, God, so she's kind of on both sides of the fence. It seems like she's more against her sister. It looks like it.
She's awful impartial, right in the middle. There are some things she says that matches with Vicky's statement. Then there are a lot of things she says that matches with Sherilyn's.
I agree with that.
Me too.
That's sad that, I hate when, like, my family would put something out publicly instead of, hey, let's talk about it. Or, like, sometimes, God forbid, when I had a fight with an argument fight, okay, people, with my late wife, she would post stuff and, like, I'd be like, why are you putting that stuff up there? This is between me and you. Let's talk this out. And we would usually talk it out and we moved on.
My ex-wife did that all the time whenever we'd get in an argument. She would go straight to social media to make me look like the asshole.
That's stupid.
That's not okay to do that, though.
I'm glad that's never happened in my relationship. Me and my girl, we've been together for 12 years. We don't put our business out on social media. We handle it one-on-one, face-to-face. We don't do this whole social media bullshit. That's stupid.
Well, the thing is, I would have to give a little leniency to my late wife because a lot of her family, when we moved up, we had to separate from her family because her family was so toxic. It was crazy.
Oh, yeah, okay, so we know you told us the stories about how when she died and all that. I remember.
Yeah, but, so if I would have to, a lot of times if I had to vent about her, I would have to call my mom and whatever, but, I mean, I eventually would make up and, move on with life. And same thing with opposite way around. But I hate when people use social media to air out dirty laundry that shouldn't be public.
All right, Pico.
Social media is a fucking toxic waste dump as it is. It's a cesspool.
Yeah, it sure is. I mean, this is a very serious topic, but usually
it needs to be brought up. I mean,
yeah, it's something interesting. I mean,
it is something we've never talked about on the show because usually we're either taking shots at each other or just bullshitting. We're actually reporting news that actually broke this today.
We're trying to take over Drew's spot now. Where
oh yeah, okay.
We're taking on the news now. Like since he doesn't do it anymore, we have to do it so we can, clout chase to get some more subs.
And this can't go on less than serious because hell, this is too goddamn serious.
This is too good.
Are you serious? We had so many times on that show. We had some very serious talks
And
on
Casey,
it.
for you reading at a 3rd grade reading level, I am so proud of you, my son.
Oh, thank you. I'll try to move up to 4th grade next time.
Well, we got to work on that, Junior.
Well, there's a couple times. Well, there's a giant big play button. So there's a few times I had to click to see what it says behind the play button.
Right.
But then I was like, what the hell does that say? Is that sexual assault?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
But
You want to move on to the next topic? We've already been on the air for an hour.
Holy crap, we talked about this for an hour and 12 minutes. This is great. So the next subject.
All right.
Oh.
Next one. I will go ahead and kick this one off.
Okay.
There was an unfortunate passing in the wrestling community.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
R.I.P. to Bushwhacker Butch.
Yeah.
Favorite Bushwhacker memories?
To be honest with you, I can't comment because I didn't watch WWF in the 80s. So the Bushwhackers, I have no comment. I mean, I feel bad for his family and, Bushwhacker. Was it Luke or was it
Butch?
Butch. Okay. Yeah, like, all I'd say is condolences to the family, I really have nothing more to say about the subject.
What's crazy, I heard how before they were the Bushwhackers, they were the sheep herders, I think. Yeah. And they were like very like villains, big time villains. And of course when they come to WWE, they're very family friendly. So I mean they turned their characters around apparently.
Oh, they were baby faces and red hot in the WWF.
They're funny, but I wouldn't look down on them. I mean, it was definitely a good gimmick, but I think he lived a long life. So
when did he die? How old was he when he died?
Oh, actually, I think he died like in the 60s, I think, though.
He was 60 years old? No way. Seriously?
I had to go check. Let's see.
Remember Bushwhacker and Nasty Boy rivalries.
Oh, see, now I remember the Nasty Boys because I seen them on WCW. So, oh yeah, like when fucking... Oh, no, wait, maybe that was... I do remember. I'm thinking Public Enemy when fucking Rocco Rock and fucking Johnny Grunge.
Everyone's correcting me. I just noticed it too. I googled it. Bushwhacker Butch was 78, so he's still
78.
78's a good long life. I mean, like that's damn near 80 years old. So. Plus, I mean, being in the business lived that long. I mean, we don't know if they were doing steroids. Like, luckily nowadays, seems like wrestlers are not dying left and right like they used to back in the early 2000s, where like they were just dropping like flies, and they're like in their 30s or 40s. Now they're actually living a longer life. So that's more a good thing, but it's sad to hear about that. At least they got into the Hall of Fame before they died.
That is a good thing. They did the Bushwhackers right by inducting them quite a few years back. This way Butch can be around to receive it instead of receiving his honor posthumously.
At least they'll do it when people are dead, though, too. I hate when they wait so long until the person dies, then, like, a couple years later, oh, now we're going to put them in. Like, how they did with Vader. Like, Vader, the doctors told him that
he only
had 2 years to live, and then they waited until after he dies to induct him.
Yeah, by that point it was oh shit, maybe we should have done it type thing.
Well, I hear that WWE, if someone looks like disfigured, they don't want them on TV. Like, remember how JR would, from Bell Palsy, he looks
You
like
did
shit?
that earlier. You did that earlier, actually.
But, he has Vince didn't want JR on there because the way he looked. So, you'd never seen Bobby Heenan at these shows anymore because he had, was it jaw cancer?
Yeah.
And he lost the bottom of his jaws, and he looked horrible.
Oh yeah, I seen a picture of him just before he died. That was horrible.
Yeah. So after he started looking closely,
look at Dusty. You gotta remember, Dusty was a big boy his whole life, and then literally, while he was dying, he was really skinny and sickly looking.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw him on TV and he was skinny, I was like, oh my God, please don't tell me he's about to die, because he's lost a lot of weight. I was like, and of course that's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
But
at least they got the Bushwhackers in. Granted, they both had walkers up there, or a cane to get up on stage and move around, because they weren't as mobile as they used to be. But at least they got their roses before it was too late. While they were still quasi-mobile.
I feel sometimes there's some stuff like what I heard Macho Man, like he told his brothers that I don't want to go in unless we're all going in the Hall of Fame, and then Lenny 1 year just said, go ahead and put him in the Hall of Fame. I'm like,
yeah, but that was fucked up how Macho Man died. That was literally, he had a fucking heart attack at the wheel and fucking wrapped his car and died. Like, that was fucked up.
Mm-hmm. So, let's go ahead and move on. Let's talk about.
You want to talk about Vince's fucking new look? And then we can segue into the next one after that.
You know what? Let me go find that picture that you said is in our Twitter DMs of Vince.
Yeah, dude, that is fucking hilarious.
I'll show yours, and then I'll show mine, and we'll see.
Mine's definitely better.
I don't know. My best friend, I laughed out loud what he put out, because let's just say it's something related that I just did recently.
I don't know what you did recently.
I don't want to give too much of a.
What's that, Joe?
I would be afraid to know what Casey did recently.
Yeah.
Let alone look at his.
Oh my God!
Is it the one I sent you?
Yes.
I told you it's better.
I don't know. I mean, this is funny as fuck, but this is great. I'm not gonna lie. This is I'll put this one. I'll put yours, and then I'll put mine, and we'll see what people think. So this is AJ's picture of Vince McMahon.
All I say is Street Fighter. Who's that dude that played in the Street Fighter game?
It's funny. The person who
who is that, Casey?
It was Gomez, the guy who played Gomez. And,
no, the guy that Street Fighter.
Oh, I thought you meant the movie Street Fighter.
No, the video game. That's what Vince looks like.
Oh God, M. Bison?
Is that who it is?
I think it's what it is. Yeah, M. Bison.
Okay.
I'm not a big Street Fighter fan, so I'm not going to know all of them, but.
And M. Bison in the Street Fighter movie was played by the guy, the tall blonde guy that opposed Rocky Balboa.
Oh shit!
Rocky movies.
Oh fuck! No, it's stuck. I can't think of somebody in the chat.
We got TSS in the chat. Talk about
No,
that.
somebody in the chat. What is the dude's name? I think it starts with a D.
For what?
For Rocky when he fought
The Russian.
Drago?
the Russian. Yeah, what's his name?
Drago?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Drago.
Drago.
Yeah, that's his name. That's what I'm thinking of. Drago.
Well, the person, let's just say the person I'm going to bring up is kind of related to the guy, the picture I'm about to bring up.
Okay.
Because the person who played the Street Fighter version of M. Bison was Gomez from oh gosh, from the Addams Family.
Yeah, the Addams Family.
So I can't take credit for this. This is fun bear stuff. But get a load of this.
That is good.
He messed up on Stephanie's head though. For Wednesday, he should have moved it more to the right.
So you see what I'm talking about? It's like it's kind of related because Gomez, and actually I just did an Adam Family gameplay, so I thought it was funny. And it's like, yeah, he does look like Gomez.
That's pretty fucked up. That Triple H is Uncle Fester.
He is Uncle Fester. So Shane is Pugsley.
Stephanie's Wednesday.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman's grandma. Morticia is Linda. And then Lurch is fucking Roman Reigns. Yeah, Vince is Gomez. That's funny.
Yes. So, like I said, this came from my best friend Beer Stuff. I told him immediately, I was like, I'm stealing this picture. Like, I hands down going to use this.
I'm shocked you didn't tweet that out.
Oh, no, I was waiting for this tonight. I will tweet it out later, but I wanted to save this. Shane has
that is pretty funny.
I don't know. I like the people vote. Which one's better, the Addams Family version or
Street Fighter?
Street Fighter. Let's see.
Yeah, put
because
it in the
Street
chat.
Fighter was pretty fucking good too.
Put 1 in the chat if you like Raiders picture better. 2 for Casey's.
I'm shocked no one did a Hitler one. That would have been pretty funny too.
Oh God. But yeah, I mean, so we kind of talked about the Endeavor thing. While we're doing it, we're gonna keep this picture up because it's too good. But we kind of talked about Endeavor between me and Joe. What's your opinion about this, AJ?
Well, to be honest with you, I think ever since Vince sold it to Endeavor, he just did it to get his power back, which he has now. He is now in the he has creative control. I don't care if people say, oh, Triple H. No, he's not. Triple H, if you watched Monday, Triple H came out and said, oh, WWE's not going anywhere, blah, 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 now, then, and forever, right? But yeah, literally, the minute Triple H went out there, Vince jumped into his spot. And if you pay attention to the whole thing with Raw, it was a disaster and a shit show.
Oh, it's a shit show big time.
Like literally, we literally had 9 months of actually decent, good wrestling from Triple H. And then now Vince is back in control. And it's shit again, dude. I guarantee you. When fucking what's the new owner? Who's the new owner of WWE?
Endeavor?
Somebody in the chat. No, the owner. That's just the company that's merging the UFC and WWE
I have no
together.
idea who's the owner.
Somebody in the chat, if you would kindly say who it is that owns.
Oh no, I'm curious what Tex sent me a picture. So I'm wondering about this. I
You know what? Hold
yeah,
on. I'm gonna look up the guy's name.
okay.
Hold on.
I'm just curious about this.
You, oh,
Oh my god! Oh, he's got a good one.
Arion. Oh, Ari Manuel. You know, fucking. There was hashtags of fire vents on Twitter. Like it literally, you can go on Twitter and look it up. And there's hashtag fire vents. Because me personally, I was telling people, you know what? Stop buying merchandise and stop watching the show and stop going to the shows in general
Yeah,
until the shit happens because it's not going to get any better. You're going to see the same shit every single fucking week. Just remember that 9 months before Triple H took over was the same bullshit. We would see
yep,
the same matches every fucking week, same
exactly.
wrestlers. It's going to be the same thing.
Yeah,
And fucking Ariel Emmanuel, he's not going to settle for that shit if because he's there to make money. That's why he bought the company.
yeah. Well, he has pretty much the majority part of the
Well,
shares.
he is the owner of the WWE. Vince doesn't own it anymore.
No, Endeavor owns. What I read, they own 51%, making
That's
Endeavor.
majority share.
Yeah, and so Vince is now the minority.
Nope, that's shareholders. That's WWE shareholders own 49%. Vince owns nothing. He sold all his shares. He has to
Did he?
fucking talk to He's got to
Oh,
talk to Ariel Emmanuel to what goes and what's going on. So that's another thing I was going to talk about. That are you guys willing to go back to the old fucking pay-per-view schedules of literally
oh hell
12
no!
pay-per-views a month that you're either paying for the big four, paying $60 and
Oh
probably
hell,
paying fucking 30 or 40 for fucking the little shit ones? I'm not. I
hell
told my
no!
girl, I said, dude, I'm not. I won't. I will not put my hard-earned dollars in that company. Like I told you guys in the group chat when Tex was tweeting about or he was showing the WCW thing. I said they're not getting another fucking dime from me.
No, I agree. I mean, I hated the last year or so of pay-per-views. Uh, I was watching some of the pay-per-views through my Wii U
Mm-hmm.
somehow. Let's just say that because I was getting upset with the way the pay-per-views, and I was willing to definitely pay $10 a month for the network.
I am just going to pretty much stand back, just roll with the punches. If they start charging for pay-per-views, that's where I'll cease to give them money. But until then, I'm just rolling with the punches.
Well, I believe the Peacock deal is until I believe 2026. I believe
It's got a
they have
few
that deal.
years.
Yeah, but I'm talking about as soon as that deal's up. I mean, because think about it. I forget when the USA Network deal and Fox's deal's up, but I know for a fact
Coming up.
they are, aren't they?
Yeah, they're
Okay,
coming up.
so what is because Vince is only there to talk about, try to negotiate, but at the same time, he has to report to Arion Emmanuel for the decision because he has final say. Vince doesn't have a final say anymore.
Nope.
He's
But
just in creative now.
so I got a picture from Tex trying to compete with us with this. So this is his right here.
What's that?
I put it on the screen.
Oh, he does look like that fucking boss from fucking Spider-Man.
Yeah, the news reporter guy, or like the one who hates him. The
Yeah.
one, I mean, it was the news reporter that was started from Tobey Maguire. version of Spider-Man. Now he's in the more recent Spider-Man movies.
Mm-hmm.
So, God, yeah, he does look like that. That's hilarious. But hold on, Peter Parker, he always had pictures of Spider-Man all the time. So that
I think he's talking about the boss that had the fucking mustache who looked just like Vince in this picture.
yeah. So I mean, but the thing is, he had pictures of Spider-Man though. But I know that he looks like the news reporter manager. But that is great. These are great memes for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I do love the one with AJ's pretty good. It's hilarious though. But
Did he send
yeah,
any more pictures?
I hadn't seen anything. I'm going back to Street Fighter because that is pretty hilarious.
Casey,
But
you should dress
yeah.
up like that for Halloween with the little mustache.
See, the thing is, you know what? Actually, I have a picture of the normal one. So not only he did the little pencil mustache, he dyed his hair black and his fucking eyebrows.
Yeah,
You
he
see
looks
that?
like a fucking 1950s villain.
Yeah, he does. He looks like a villain, doesn't he? I mean,
Just throw
huh?
some
Did he
horns
get
up.
plastic surgery too? Does it look like maybe he got plastic surgery? I mean,
He might have.
I don't know.
he definitely dyed his hair. There's no way he dyed his hair and his eyebrows and his mustache because he's full hair is gray and white now.
He's trying to be fucking 40-year-old Vince when in reality he's 77-year-old Vince.
Exactly.
Like he's
But
trying to literally do 30 years in the past, but it's not working. Like this is the first time I've ever seen Vince with a fucking mustache. It's just weird.
this is the first time anyone like the public seen Vince with a mustache. Hold on, Randy's like asking me what's my opinion. What do I think about his point? I had to go.
You have to go in the chat.
Yeah.
But even I couldn't read it. The font's too small from where I'm sitting.
Well, he's talking about the Raws after the Manias. He's saying in past decades has been awesome, but since Vince been in charge, this year's Raw sucked. You know, honestly,
Last 5 years.
I would say, yeah, 5, 6, 7 years. The Monday after the Raw after WrestleMania was not as hyped as wasn't as good as they hyped it.
They
So,
only do that because literally it's a new season after WrestleMania. It's that Monday
yeah.
It starts a new season. That's the only thing.
I mean, the biggest reason I remember is when I brought this up on Monday, is after WrestleMania 29. See, we all thought Dolph Ziggler was going to cash in his Money in the Bank contract at WrestleMania at 29. We were chanting for him to do that. But it didn't happen. It happened until the next day on Monday Night Raw, and that's what made the Monday after Mania so special. And even I think the next year or two was the same, but after that was blah. But
well,
I'm hoping I was glad that you brought up the whole point with the pay-per-views because I wanted to talk about that because I would hate to have to pay pay-per-view kind of cash to WWE.
They're not worth it. these pay per
No,
views are not worth it. Not even the big four are not worth it, dude. I will never throw down $60 for a WrestleMania or a SummerSlam or a fucking Royal Rumble or Survivor Series. Hell no. I
well,
never have and never will.
think about this. Let's say they continue WrestleMania as being 2 nights. So does that mean you have to pay it twice for 2 pay-per-views?
That's a good question. That is a really good question. I don't know.
Because like Mansion, you pay like I don't remember, was it 60, $70 for WrestleMania prior to the network? It was 60,
Um,
$70.
see, I don't
Yeah.
know because I when I before the network, I would go to a bar and grill and watch it and pay like $5 to watch it.
Yeah, and a smart idea.
Right. So I don't know the prices. You and Joe would know more than I would about that.
Yeah,
I
they was
think
about 60. They was about 60, $70.
yeah.
Shit. Fuck
So
that. You'll
Mansion
never get that.
so Mansion if we go back to the pay-per-view format and they're still doing 2 nights. Imagine the shitstorm we would have brought up when you had to pay $140 max uh, just to watch WrestleMania. I would
Fuck
be
that.
pissed.
Fuck that. That's
That
why
that's what,
no offense, I will buy the 4 pay-per-views that AEW has because at least it's somewhat a little more entertaining. But like WWE, they need to get rid of this whole PG bullshit and actually go back to their old model like of blood and fucking TV 14 and make it more interesting. Then maybe yeah, but not with this dog shit we're watching.
hold on. We got Randy Viper saying, "Nah, I paid $30 New Zealand dollars for 2 nights for 2-night WrestleMania for Mania 37. Didn't pay twice."
Wait,
Huh?
hold on. So I thought New Zealand and everywhere outside of the US they have the WWE network, which is $10, but yet the people in the US they have Peacock and we have to pay $10 too. So I'm just
I think
curious about that.
during that time frame you could still order the pay per
Or
view.
you can still do it today. You literally can go to your cable provider and order it there too.
What? Watch the wrestling
Yeah,
WWE wrestling
yeah.
pay per views.
hmm
I thought that's all exclusive to the network or Peacock now.
I believe so. You can still order it on pay per view and provide or internet or not internet, but cable providers. I believe so. I'm not 100% sure, but
Yeah, Big T says you can.
okay. So
Really?
yeah,
Huh?
I mean you have to
I
be
mean,
dumb to
to me,
fucking pay those prices.
I'm like, why? Like, unless you don't have internet reception, why not just
Everybody has
pay that?
internet nowadays.
Mm.
Hey, Casey, go on to somewhere. Go on to Comcast's website. See if it'll bring up how much WrestleMania is.
Oh,
I can do that.
yeah.
Since I don't want Casey to be getting all struggled and stuff. You guys have a
All right,
conversation about this.
see if that comes
But,
up. Okay.
Okay.
but I'm thinking, God, it would be wild if they get rid of the network. I don't think they will because one, that's constantly free is money. Think about it. If they do the network continue, that's at least guaranteed money monthly. And like
Yeah.
even with the Peacock deal, they got $1 billion for 5 years. To run it. So they got $1 billion and they already made their money. They don't have to worry about, oh, we gotta make sure this is the biggest event on Peacock because they already paid, got their money out of it. So Randy Viber says the pay-per-view quality much better. I watched it online past 2 years. It was
Holy crap.
suffering.
What?
Okay, so WrestleMania 39 through a cable or satellite provider cost total was $60.
for both for both nights.
It just oh well, hold on. It says you can purchase a premium subscription for $4.99, which is that's Peacock. You can also order both nights of WrestleMania through your cable provider at pay-per-view price for the total. Yeah, so $60 for both. So $30 for each night, pretty much.
That's better than they priced it. That's the same amount of you pay for WrestleMania when it's
Right.
one night. So you're actually getting more for your bang for your buck then.
Right, but still, that's too much money, especially
I
because
agree.
this country and around the world in general, we might go into another recession.
Oh yeah,
That's
I
how
mean
bad it is.
we're always going in a recession. I mean, God, look at that picture. It says gold is almost $2,000 an ounce.
Jeez, kind of makes you want to be a fucking gold miner.
Yeah, no shit. Like I remember, gold. They were saying it was $1,000 during early 2000s, and that was the highest record. And now look, it's getting about to $2,000 right there.
Jeez,
But
that's ridiculous. I mean,
That's the
besides
thing.
gas prices, what's that, Joe?
There'd be no way in hell I'd pay 50 for Mania or any of them.
Oh fuck no, dude.
I've gotten
Especially
too accustomed
it's
for
60 now.
I've gotten too accustomed to paying $10 a month, and then I get it free.
Yeah.
With
yeah,
that $10 a month.
that's where I'm thinking if they do this, I'm done buying pay-per-views from them again.
Oh, people will
Because,
buy fucking illegal streams. We'll just get the illegal streams and watch them.
yeah, I'll be like, I hope they continue with the network because the network has all the previous pay-per-views and everything. It has WCW, it has ECW, it has all the other stuff, and has all those documentaries. Well, I mean, not all the documentaries. It has some of the documentaries.
Oh, dude, they don't even have all the fucking footage up for WWE or WCW or ECW. Like all of it. Like, where's the Saturday nights? Where's the fucking all the ECW pay-per-views? Where's all the fucking Shotgun Saturday night? Where's all
Yeah, I don't
we
even
don't
think
have any of that
that.
shit. Or
And
Jacked or
to answer your question, where do you think WrestleMania 50 will be? We don't even know if there's going to be a WrestleMania 50 at this point.
No, I bet there'll be a WrestleMania 50. It just now won't be under
oh yeah.
Vince.
Speaking of that they're talking about because Endeavor is gonna merge WWE and fucking UFC into one big new giant company. What do you guys think the name's gonna be called?
Oh, I had no idea. I mean, well, obviously they're gonna keep the names separate, but it's just
Well, they said they might both change it as the same name because it's a merger. They're merging companies.
I think if they do that, that's gonna be a bad decision because
Yeah, well, it was a bad decision back in 2001 when fucking Time Warner AOL fucking got rid of WCW and sold it. So, I mean, think about it. Vince doesn't own it no more.
Because it's two completely different things. One is real, one's fake. So
yeah,
let's say you're watching the new product under one umbrella name, and you're not knowing if it's a real match or like you're sitting to watch a card. Let's say it's mixed match. They'll have a MMA fight, and then the next one it's like a hardcore match. Then we'll go back to MMA fight, and then it's like a TLC match. And then
speaking of that, I was sorry about cutting you off, but I was gonna say was how do you feel about that crossover? Because I kept hearing that people might cross over, like WWE stars crossing over into the UFC, or UFC fighters coming into the WWE.
Here's the thing that interests me. With me being somewhat of a gamer, I'm sure Casey can relate. I would like to see how the games play out with that.
Yeah, the video game. Yeah.
Would we get something like freaking Roman Reigns in a UFC game? Or would we get someone like Jorge Masvidal
or Conor McGregor
as a DLC character in a WWE game?
Let me ask you guys something. Do you prefer this, or if the Saudis buying it?
I definitely don't want Saudis buying it. I want it to stay in the US of A where it was created.
I mean, it really doesn't matter to me, to be honest with you, because like whatever happens, it's out of my control, out of my hands. I'm just a spectator, so I really can't say really anything until something fucks up.
I just think it's interesting because, I mean, honestly, they're not going to be any big changes just yet. But
oh no, dude, I say give it a fucking year before Ariel Emanuel's actually in charge. Because it's still going through. The deal hasn't been finalized. It's still going through. They said that a deal like that doesn't just happen. Hell, even when WCW was bought out by WWE, it took fucking months. People say, "Oh yeah, it was a purchase price fucking March 26th." That was the last Nitro. It was they started it in March 23rd is when the whole bought and it wasn't done. That done deal wasn't happening. Well, no, when that sale of WCW happened, it took 6 months. Literally, they had a deal in place that they would run fucking WWE ads and pay Turner for the next 10 years too. For it, they didn't just say, "Oh yeah, here's fucking $3 or $4 million for the company." No, they were paying every year. So it's going to take a while for that company before it's completely finalized and the deal is transferred and all that, from what I heard.
Holy shit! I just had a thought. I just had a good idea. You mentioned the invasion, Randy. Funny you mentioned that. With these two companies coming together, this may be their second chance to run that back. They might get a mulligan on this.
Oh no, please no.
We don't.
We had one invasion. It was a fucking botch shit show. We don't need another one.
But still, the UFC guys might be able to pull it off better than those second string backseat guys that they had from when WCW folded.
Well, that was B and C players. It's not like besides Booker T and DDP. I mean, who did you really have that was WCW talent? I mean, nobody. They literally had to bring in ECW to get this invasion to go.
But
exactly.
Think about it. The UFC fighters, they might be able to pull it off a little bit better.
I think about it this way too. Is that some wrestlers going to be at their show, just like be there as, to promote WWE, and then exact same way for UFC, and then you might see some UFC fighters come in. Maybe if they're going to have a special match coming up, maybe they'll have like a match, kind of like how, like something like Paul Logan or Logan Paul, wherever his fucking name is. And, he'll have a tag team match or a one-on-one match. But you wouldn't take it serious,
But Just saying, that might be a possibility with this deal going down. We might have a mulligan on the invasion storyline.
Jeez.
No, that ain't fucking happening.
Could you imagine? Seriously, think about it. Those WWE wrestlers, because you know most of those WWE wrestlers can't fucking fight. Imagine them actually stepping into the UFC and they getting their asses fucking rocked or
Well,
the
there's
shit
some.
kicked in.
Well, I mean, there's some like you have Lesnar and Bobby Lashley.
Okay, steroids besides that, but I mean Brock, yes, and Ronda, yes, because they were in the UFC. But
Yeah.
those,
Well, Bobby Lashley was an MMA fighter. He had a very good record too.
okay,
I think he had like 1 or 2 losses.
I mean, hell, look at fucking CM Punk. He got his ass fucking destroyed
every time.
Now,
So think about it this way. You literally, who's a good example? Chad Gable or fucking Otis. You put one of them in the fucking UFC ring with fucking Conor McGregor. What the fuck do you think's gonna happen?
Oh, they'll lose.
They'll get fucking destroyed.
It's kind of like how when Conor McGregor took on Floyd Mayweather, he was out of his
element
because he went from MMA that has up to 5 rounds that have 5-minute rounds, right? And then when boxing, if you're having a full-fledged matches, yeah, you're having 3-minute rounds, but you're having 12 rounds or more.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you have to be careful about some of the rules that are not into one or the other.
Big T says breaking news: Conor McGregor versus Omos. You know what? That'll be actually interesting. Omos, think about it. He's 7'3", what, 300 or 400 pounds?
Well, honestly, everyone will be rooting for Conor than Omos.
And Conor McGregor is probably like 5'8", a bill 70.
He would get fucking. I don't know. I'll be right back. I gotta go pee.
All right.
Okay. But it's going to be interesting. I still think there'll be still 2 separate brand names, but they'll have some wrestlers go over there sitting in the crowd and maybe do some like something with them, but not actually a fight. And the opposite way around.
How else would you hype up a pay-per-view for either one besides to get them on camera in either the ring or the octagon?
Yeah, but I wouldn't have a wrestler from WWE fighting in the UFC. I could see the opposite way around, but I think they'll keep 2 separate brand names, but it's going to be under a parent company, kind of like you're not going to call it Endeavor. It'll just be under a parent name. I could be wrong. I hate to see they get rid of those 2 iconic names for one brand new name.
The WWFC, World Wrestling Fight Club.
Well, it's not Fight Club, it's Fighting Championship.
World Wrestling Fighting Championship.
Oh, God. Oh, and so it's the... do you even call it entertainment? You call it the WWFC?
Yeah, WWFC, World Wrestling Fighting Championship. World Wrestling and Fighting Championship.
Well, I mean, you could call it World Wrestling, Fighting Championship, because you have to see, you don't have to worry about the F part anymore. But
yeah, they could bring back the old one, WWF, World Wrestling and Fighting.
And fight. Well,
look at all this. They got a fucking mulligan on everything here.
Oh. it's gonna be interesting. It's unprecedented, like this. Like, oh, actually, that's not really true because the first thing I can think of is the NFL, where the NFL merged with AFL, and that's why they had the NFC and the AFC. So, and they AFL continues to live on because of the AFC part in the NFL. So, mm, it's kind of interesting, I tell you for sure.
WWE
I'm back.
wrestling and fighting. That's what it's going to go back to. The Panda's going to get him again.
So I have
No,
a question. Remember when you guys were talking about the tape library?
yeah.
Do you think because if they get rid of Peacock and they move away from it, do you think Ariel Emanuel will fucking have distribution and actually release all that stuff?
I would
Because
like
Vince
to,
would never. I would too.
because I used to, before I started collecting video games, I used to, actually, what's funny, I use the shelf that holds my NES game boxes. I used to collect wrestling tapes. And they just started pumping them out too much at later on, where to the point where I'd buy the DVD and then and I would keep it sealed and never watch it.
There are
Hmm.
2 DVDs I have that I'm never touching again that are wrestling. That is because one of them is autographed by The Miz, and the other
Uh,
one is autographed by Seth freaking Rollins.
Well,
oh, okay.
I got one that's very rare that is worth a lot of money, probably because the person's dead and it was a big, huge controversy. But the Hard Knocks of Chris Benoit, I have that on DVD.
I got that too. I don't know if it's the ongoing price of it.
Oh, I'm not sure, but
And the other one comes to mind is the the Ultimate Warrior hit piece. I think it's
the
The
self destruction.
the self destruction of the Ultimate Warrior, because that was their first hit piece they did against anyone,
Hmm.
and they were gonna do the same thing with Bret Hart.
But how cool would that be though if we literally could buy the library? Like fucking they literally pump out Blu-rays. I know DVDs are the thing of the past, but like Blu-rays, we could actually finally have all the Nitros, all the Raws, all the Smackdowns, all the fucking NXT, all the fucking Saturday Night Shotgun, fucking you name it.
Yeah, but
Because
the thing is,
Vince would never put it out. All the WrestleManias, all the pay-per-views.
the thing is, they stopped recently printing out the DVDs or Blu-rays. They
And that's
stopped.
stupid. That's stupid. They should have never did that.
Well, I think the reason is because everything's on Peacock. That, like, I guarantee you they're losing. They weren't making any money on those
I
anymore.
guarantee you, dude. If you literally, if they sold what the fans have been wanting for years in a set, you're gonna make money. Think about it. How many people would love to own the entire box set of WCW Monday Nitro? I sure would. Tex sure fucking would. Fucking think about that. Who would want to fucking own every single WWF WCW pay per view? I think a lot of people would love to have that. There's a lot of physical media collectors still to this day that fucking would love that.
Well, I could start, like, making my own copies.
No, that's what I already did that. I had those right off the network after fucking before Peacock had them, thank God. No, fuck that.
But,
Peacock edited the shit out of those, dude.
oh yeah, it's horrible. But you know what I'm thinking about gonna do?
Hmm.
I mean, I hate to say this, but you probably know where I'm heading.
You're going to call it?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I thought we were gonna bring Mikkel on.
No, I wouldn't say that part. But I'm getting sweepy. So it was definitely fun talking about this. I really enjoyed. Actually, I usually not into serious talk, but that was definitely great subject, and I would love to do more stuff like that. So I thought that was brilliant that AJ brought up because I did not hear about this until he told me.
Everybody's like, no, don't fucking leave.
I would love to stay on, but dude, I'm sleepy. I'm kind of like starting to fade. So
You're gonna fade.
yeah, and like I'm getting a little older nowadays, so it's getting to the point it's harder for me to want to stay up late.
Compton, who's older, you or Casey? I'm just curious.
I am by a few months.
Okay, so are you sleepy?
I'm getting there. I just got off work at 11.
Yeah, I was exhausted from work.
Speaking of that, you know how Joe, you were talking about earlier that you were talking about making your own podcast called Middle Age Wrestling Podcast. I think you and Casey would be perfect for that.
The Middle Ages of wrestling.
Yeah.
You know what? I wouldn't mind doing that. Like if we somehow get together and record something and we commentate it or something.
Say, get off my yard, or get off my grass, or some shit like that.
Hey, we're both middle-aged guys.
I'm glad I'm only in my mid-30s. Thank God.
Hey, it's coming up on you, buddy.
You'll I know.
Before you know it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Believe me, my mom, like when I hit 30 something, I thought like I was getting old, but I was like, God, my mom was right. It's like, it's embarrassing to say you're old when you're only 30. So now, like, I'm 41. I'm like,
I don't feel old at all. I don't feel old. I feel like I'm still in my 20s.
Dude, I have an ID in my wallet that has the word retired written on it. I did this when I was actually in the reserves. We would always go to Bob Evans for lunch. I figured for shits and giggles, I would try it. I ordered off the senior citizens menu. They gave it to me.
Really?
You showed your ID, right?
They gave it to me. I did not get carded or anything.
Hey, you actually sound better now. Before, we can barely fucking hear you.
I did not get carded. I got a senior citizens meal.
There he goes back.
Right. Go back to what you were just doing, Joe. We could actually hear you this time.
He must have been closer to his phone or something.
I don't know.
But yeah, I got a senior citizens meal at Bob Evans, uncarded.
What would you get with this order? Like, what order did you get?
Dude, it's been months ago. I couldn't even tell you.
If I was me, I'd be like, give me the fucking eggs, the fucking bacon, the sausage, the toast. You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna lie. A lot of times when in the if I try to get up during the weekend early, I like to get breakfast.
What, 3 o'clock in the afternoon?
No, like I would get up if I could get up to go piss and it's like 6 or 7. I'll be like, you know what? I can get breakfast.
I get up at 6.
Oh, I get up at 6:30 for work. So.
Oh yeah. Big T said. He said, "Wait, AJ didn't give his take on the whole Cody thing. What happened?"
Really?
Yeah. I wasn't on Monday. Remember? You guys discussed all this. I didn't. Okay, so my take on Cody is that I listened to Joe's advice and I listened to that Busted Open podcast, but you know what? Fuck Bully Ray because I can't wait for D-Mac to whoop his ass on Impact. But no, besides that, I think that um, the long-term booking that they're talking about, the storylines that they're going to be doing for the long haul, and I think it's best for business. I mean, yeah, did it suck that you pissed off a lot of your fans because Cody should have won? Okay, yeah, but what has he really what has he done in the business? Literally, I mean,
Oh,
for him to win the title, I mean, he didn't. He literally got handed number 30 at the Royal Rumble, won the Royal Rumble, got into a feud with fucking Seth Rollins. Oh no, wait, hold on, I take that back. He got into a feud with Seth Rollins, then got his pec torn, was out for 6 to 8 months, and then came back at the Royal Rumble at number 30, won the Rumble, and then got into a feud with Roman Reigns. He hasn't had any adversity. He hasn't struggled. He hasn't had, like how his daddy would say, hard times. He's never been through it. So
well,
really, I mean,
I say shoulder part is hard times. I mean, the guy not only worked with his pec muscle was torn off, but then he missed, like you said, between 6 and 8 months. That, if you ask me, that's hard time.
Nah, here, Casey. Ever since Cody re-debuted in the WWE, up until now, all he's done is win, 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 win.
hasn't
He
lost.
has not dealt with loss or setback in that regard.
That's what hard
Yes,
times is.
you got to learn how to lose in order to learn how to win.
Oh, talk about the
Just like
bully.
think about with Bully Ray, what he was saying was, how do you think Dusty would book this match?
Yeah,
Wouldn't put
I like
Cody
to bring.
over.
I think Monday Joe Compton was trying to recreate that whole thing on here.
Like,
I
what,
was
what do
like,
you mean?
he's bringing up everything Bully Ray was saying because I wanted Cody to win. He's like, you're closed-minded. It's like, no, it's because it's who I want. I think it was a bad decision. But I
Oh,
also thought it was possible that Roman was going to retain.
I mean, it might come back to bite WWE in the ass. I mean, to be honest with you, it might. I mean, Bully Ray is not the end all be all. I mean, come on. Look where
Yeah.
he's not. He's a has been fucking wrestler. He works for the NWA and fucking Impact nowadays. He's not in WWE. He's a part timer. And he does a fucking podcast.
Look at text says that 2 months from now, you all will be bitching about how you're tired of the hard times words.
Oh, I love Dusty. Dude, I've loved Dusty since WCW. Like, I, I could never get tired of the hard times angle. I mean, that's just me.
And look at the TSS. He says that he's getting. He said, "My thing, though, I would agree if it would not count if it were
You
not
could do it,
countless
Casey.
other examples of wrestlers not getting the prove themselves or the struggle just winning the title."
See,
Well, exactly.
it ain't just about winning the title. Anyone that has gone against Roman has been made to be a bigger star after the fact than they were prior to engaging in the feud with Roman.
Well, minus Goldberg. I mean, Goldberg was a big star
Oh,
beforehand.
all right, hold on. So let's bring up some of the people minus Cody. TSS says false, by the way.
On what? False on
I
what?
assume what just Joe just said.
Oh,
Because
okay.
think about it. He beat Brock.
Look at Sami Zayn, for example. Bigger star after.
No, he was bigger star beforehand.
No,
People were pissed.
Wrestling Johnny Knoxville, he was a bigger star.
Yeah, true.
No.
He did.
If you're talking about the storyline, then yes. The match, no, because people were pissed that Sammy didn't win the belt.
Roman and the Bloodline made Sami Zayn a star.
Oh, I agree with that.
Kevin Owens, before he engaged with Roman in 2020, floundering mid-card somewhere. He got in that feud with Roman back in the Thunderdome. Afterwards, he was a made man.
You know what? I wonder if TSS will explain what he thinks as false. I'm just curious. Just wants his opinion. But this is what text says, that Mania was a moment in time they missed. The stars were aligned. They should pull the trigger. You could still tell a hard times angle with him as champion.
How can you tell a hard times angle when he hasn't earned it?
When he hasn't had hard times.
Gone through setbacks.
I'm not gonna lie. When I listened to that,
no, don't give Goldberg another run.
No, fuck him. But when I was listening to Busted Open, yeah, that guy got so emotionally attacked.
I think that's Casey looked good though.
I called him Casey LaGreca.
I'm like, am I upset that Cody didn't win? Yes, but I said beforehand, it's like there's a possibility that Roman could retain. So I mean, it's okay. I mean, if they're gonna pull it at SummerSlam, then fine, whatever.
I mean, every time someone's gotten into a feud with Roman for the past 950 something days, think about what they was doing prior to the feud, and think about how they came out of that feud. They came out of that feud shining like a new dime.
That's not true. I can bring up the first person that he won that Universal title has been shit since.
Look at Jey Uso.
Well, hold on.
Hear me out. Look what Jey Uso was doing prior to the feud with Roman.
Okay.
Look what has happened to him since.
Okay.
Uso.
All right, but let me finish what I was going to say. The person who he won the Universal title from, not only the guy got fired recently, then got hired back, and now we don't know what the fuck he's doing. I'm talking about Bray Wyatt.
Roman signed that contract and it became a triple threat. If memory serves me correct.
No, I think it was him versus Bray Wyatt, wasn't it?
He signed that contract at the entrance to the ramp.
Oh.
Remember now?
No, I wasn't talking about that. Because this is what Tex says. He says, I look forward to Joe and AJ complaining about how Cody's story is boring after they drag this out till nobody cares.
You will never hear me complain, Tex. Like I said on Monday night, I am a fan. I appreciate it for what it is. I see it at face value. And like we were saying in the group chat, I dissect this stuff. That is why I agree so wholeheartedly with Bully Ray.
And for me to say, I really don't care about if Cody wins or not. I mean, to be honest with you, I hope this company just burns and dies off. That's me personally.
Well, I mean, hopefully with new ownership, maybe some stuff will change. We don't know. I mean,
I was hoping for it to die when it got sold, but obviously it doesn't work like it was almost 25 years ago. So, hey, whatever.
Well, it's completely different when WCW got bought. It
Right.
went to Vince bought his competition.
Well, he bought the fucking assets of it.
Yeah, he bought the assets and shut down the company.
Yeah, he didn't. It's not like he bought WCW in say 1997 when they were red hot and they were fucking beating the shit out of WWE. No, they bought a fucking dead carcass that was on damn near life support that was ready to just pull the trigger. That's what they bought. They bought the skeleton bones. That's it.
Yeah. So this is what TSS says. Roman hasn't elevated every opponent. Matt Riddle is still same goofy guy, bro.
He got that Roman rub, and for a little while before he decided to smoke those doobies and piss hot on a goddamn piss test.
No, that was not what happened. WWE doesn't hit you with marijuana anymore.
Then what he gets suspended for? Substance abuse violation.
For other drug guests, for other drugs then. Because it's known that WWE has suspended the part with the marijuana now.
He decided to go do some shit, pop hot on a piss test. He got suspended.
Yeah.
When he came back, he ain't done shit besides freaking one little bro Derek to the Miz.
But Tex says, I'm not sure whose opinion he's talking about, but he says your opinion was different the night of Mania, though they're Compton and didn't preach this till Bully Ray told you.
Yeah, I listened to Busted Open with an open mind. I listened to it like, all right, Bully Ray, sell me your point. And he sold me on it. After I listened to that, I wholeheartedly agree with him. I was open-minded going into that episode.
This is the guy who's like, oh, Casey, you're closed-minded on everything. I'm like, I'm willing to listen, but I'm not gonna say. But I wanted Cody to win. That was what I wanted.
Well, we all did, Casey. That was clear as day.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't. Especially, come on, think about it. Vince literally was in the fucking chair. Do you think he was really gonna let Cody get put over? Think about it. Listen. I'm gonna hear me out. Literally, Cody fucking, and this is for Triple H and Vince because if you really think about it, they're just getting their revenge on fucking Cody. Okay.
Yeah.
Cody literally left WWE, went to Japan, got with the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. They talked to a fucking rich Mark and Tony Khan to start a new company to rival the WWE, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then, on their very first pay-per-view that was Double or Nothing in Las Vegas, they bring out the fucking Triple H fucking throne. Cody fucking gets the sledgehammer and smashes it. What do you think was going to happen when he came back? Of course, he was going to get fucked up and, get paid for the sins that he committed. Think about it.
Oh my gosh. Did Bully Ray lose to Velvet Sky?
Yeah, they were together, now they're fucking, they split up, yeah.
No, he says, I'm not going to listen to a guy, Bully Ray, that lost Velvet Sky.
He left Velvet Sky. He lost Velvet Sky because he was too much of a bitch.
Oh, I thought for a second he meant like in a match or something.
No. He lost fucking Velvet Sky because he was too much of a fucking prick and didn't know how to treat her right. And
Oh.
fucking like, dude, I'm sorry, but a sweet hot piece of ass like Velvet Sky, I
Yeah,
love Velvet.
exactly.
Let me tell you, like her and Shotzi, oh, I love them. You can never fucking get rid of lose somebody like that. You have to be a goddamn fucking moron to do that. I'm sorry, I'd let her sit on my face anytime.
Oh, yeah. Did you hear that I guess they're taking I think it's all out to London.
I have no clue.
I guess.
I think they announced that today.
Yeah, I haven't watched Gay EW.
Well, I mean, dude, that's a big thing, and like that's further out than just going to Canada. So that's a good stretch to go do. So I'm actually happy for them to do that.
And I'm
Instead
proud
of just
and I'm happy, Casey, that you know geography.
Well, he's graduating. I mean, let's be honest with you.
well,
He's getting up there now.
Well, I mean, I did look at a map, trying to
Oh,
locate.
wait. You looked at a map. Was it the flat Earth map?
Oh God!
Yeah,
this is great.
Honestly, I mean, I do not trust any round shaped kind of map. I only look at flat Earth map. So,
Oh, this is great.
so let's go ahead and let's wrap this bitch up for the night. I'm getting sleepy.
We got more people.
Wrap it up like your flat Earth theories. Let's wrap those up too.
Well, I mean, they're not really theories; it's just facts. But, you got anything to shout out, Joe?
Like always, follow me on Twitter at JoeCompton81, and I will see y'all Friday night.
Yes, sir. What about you, AJ?
You can follow me on Twitter at AJRaider248, and you can find me here on Wednesday night Nitro and Friday night is Raw.
And fuck the Raiders.
Oh, fuck the Indianapolis Colts. How about that?
Well, I just released today on my.
We gotta speak of that, Casey. Hold on. What the fuck is up with the fucking Jets jersey? We've been not fucking saying a goddamn thing about this Jets jersey all night. What the fuck is up with it? I thought you were a diehard Cowboys fan.
I'm a Cowboys fan. I just wanted
That's not what. I'm sorry. You don't lose. You don't switch teams.
Hey,
I just wanted to wear a Jets jersey today.
No. What were you saying, Compton?
We can agree on one thing, AJ.
What?
Fuck the Oklahoma, and oh wait, they don't have one.
Well, I thought you were gonna say fuck the New England Patriots. I was gonna say hell yeah, I agree with that.
Fuck the Oklahoma NFL team. Oh wait, they don't have one.
Well, I wish you guys go watch this latest video gameplay I did. It's from Nintendo Famicom gameplay. It's called Devil World. It's a Pac-Man clone. Has a bunch of religious reference in there. So we got a new person in the chat called King of Cleveland. Welcome.
Oh, yeah. TSS wanted to tell you a fact, Casey, that is in effect a Brett Favre's New York Jets jersey.
Actually, it's not this one. I do have that one though. This is God, what's his name? I forgot. But his number's
damn it, Randy Viper.
51. God, I can actually pull my shirt off and look.
No.
Do it. It'll be fucking hilarious.
Well, you guys can't see it because I got the picture up.
Why, you don't want to show everybody on the screen your fucking bad titties?
No. Oh, it's Vilma. That's who it is.
Oh, Randy Viper wants to see it. He said yes.
No.
Of course, Randy Viper also said that this video game cover looks like fucking hentai.
I don't know how I see hentai.
But Yeah, so I did a lot of recording of Nintendo Famicom games on my what's called the Twin Famicom, Sharp Twin Famicom. So I
And
have a
you own
lot.
this?
What?
You own this?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Are you gonna play that Sega Saturn game that is coming your way when you get it, Casey?
Yeah. Yeah. Of course I will. I'm not gonna disrespect you and not do it.
Which one? It's actually a cool game.
Raider knows what it is.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I got a lot of these Famicom games out. Go watch Devil World, and I'll see you guys Friday on Friday is Raw. So
Give us a by God.
Did you say give us $5?
No. Give us a by God. You know, JR.
My God! I thought you said give us $5. I'm like,
No, only your Jewish ass thinks that.
well, I'm not. I don't have the best hearing in the world, so.
Well, you are old, aren't you?
It's not only that. I'm just got bad hearing because of the work I do, and I listen to loud music. So that.
What did you say, Grandpa?
Hey, shut up.
No, I'm kidding with you guys.
But I'm going ahead and call it a night. I appreciate everyone come by. Tex, Joe Compton, AJ Raiders, and for myself, this is this is Wednesday night Nitro episode X7. I appreciate everyone coming by. So you guys have a good night, and we are out.
Later.
See you.
Later.